Hello, I'm Seema from Allo Basics. I welcome you all for the next video on wave optics. In today's video, we'll discuss types of wavefront. On wavefront, already I have uploaded one video regarding wavefront and wave normal. I'm giving its link in the description box. So you can go through that video to get clear idea regarding wavefront and wave normal. Now we'll continue that with types of wavefront. The first type of wavefront is the spherical wavefront. Actually, in that video, we have seen spherical wavefront. Now here, again in context with the different types of wavefront, we'll discuss it. These types of wavefronts are based on the type of source of light which is used and the distance at which the wavefront is observed. Here basically we are going to consider two types of sources. One is point source and second one is linear source. So we'll start with point source. I have a point source and I'm at the nearby distance of it. In that case, I'll get such type of wavefront. It is a spherical wavefront. Now in this wavefront, you can see that this is the source which is center of the sphere, and from that we are getting these are wave normals. What is wave normal? Wave normal is perpendicular drawn to the wavefront. Now these wave normals, here we can see that they are radially and they are diverging. This is spherical wavefront for which I have used source of light as a point source. I told you one more source of light is there, that is linear source of light, and with that linear source of light, what sort of wavefront we get, we'll see. This is our linear source, and for this linear source we'll get cylindrical type of wavefront. In this cylindrical type of wavefront, in the cross section of it, I'm getting here these are wave normals are radially diverging from the source. Here I'm talking about cross section. What about cross section of spherical wavefront? Cross section of spherical wavefront, if we are taking, we have seen this also in earlier video. It gives me circular wavefront. That I'll show you afterwards again how we get that exactly, or how to draw that on paper, because on paper it is difficult to draw spherical wavefront. So with point source, for the nearby distance, what sort of wave I got? Spherical wave. Now for the linear source with a short distance, I have cylindrical wavefront. These are for the short distance. Their sources are different. For point source, again I want to discuss, but now I'm going for larger and larger distance. So what happens? We'll start with this picture. Now here I can see that this portion is a small portion of the sphere. It is a curved surface, we call it as. And this curved surface is a part of sphere, which we consider as spherical wavefront. And this spherical wavefront, if I'm increasing this distance, means its radius goes on increasing. As its radius goes on increasing, what happens? That we'll see. See, this is the spherical wavefront and here there is source. Observe carefully this diagram. In this diagram, what happens that you have to observe? Now I'm increasing its size. What happened? Earlier it has more curve. Now its curve is reduced and it is becoming flattened. means its radius is increasing, and as radius is increasing, it has become more and more separated here. If I increase its radius, then now it has become completely flat or completely plane, and we can observe here wave normals are parallel to each other. Now here nowhere source is observed, and it is said that source is at infinite distance or very large distance. This wavefront is said to be plane wavefront. How I got this wavefront? I got this wavefront from the point source, but it is at far more distance from the point source. So in this case, wave normals are parallel to each other. So in these three diagrams, you can see here wave normals are radial diverging. Here wave normals are radial diverging in cross section, and here wave normals are parallel to each other. Now this is exactly as on earth. We know that earth is in spherical shape, but wherever we stand or wherever we are there, always we find the surface is flat because of its higher radius. Same thing is applicable in this case also. Due to that, we say that spherical wavefront becomes plane wavefront. As I told you that if we are taking its cross section, then it will look like circle, right? So we'll see in that form also. So you'll understand how to draw it on paper. Now here I'm having a point source, and for this point source, now I say that these blue colored circles are representing cross section of spherical wavefront. Cross section of spherical wavefront is in the form of circle, and these red color rays are nothing but the wave normals. In this picture, you can clearly see that they are along the radius and they are diverging. This is for the point source and the nearby distance. As the distance goes on increasing, what will happen that we have to see. So this spherical wavefront from a point source is in this format. As distance increases, will become a plane wavefront, and now here you can see that these radial wave normals has become parallel. Small portion of that big radius sphere, we can say it has become a plane, and we get the plane wavefront. Now here in this diagram, blue envelope in this or whatever we talk is representing wavefront, and red lines are representing ray of light, or I can say wave normal. Next, cylindrical wavefront. Now here you have clear idea that how the sizes of cylinders are getting more and more, and that is why this picture I'm showing you. First it was this wavefront, then it has become this, it has become this. In this way you can draw n number of cylinders, or you can draw n number of cylindrical wavefronts. Here also you can draw n number of spherical wavefronts, cross section of spherical wavefront. Here also you can do same thing. So this is about types of wavefront. Now I don't think that you have any confusion regarding types of wavefront. When we have studied spherical wavefront and cylindrical wavefront, we saw that in those wavefront, wave normals are radially outward, or they are diverging, and we call such type of wavefronts as diverging wavefronts. So we saw for spherical wavefront also, for cylindrical wavefront also, wavefronts are diverging wavefront. So can we not get converging wavefront? Yes, we can get even converging wavefront. And for getting those converging wavefront, we have to use convex lens. So how to produce it? If we have a plane wavefront and we pass that plane wavefront through a convex lens, then beyond convex lens, we say that we are getting spherical wavefront which are converging towards the focus of the convex lens. So such type of wavefronts are said to be converging wavefronts. These are diverging wavefronts and these are converging wavefronts. So in this way, in lab also we can prepare converging wavefront. Now we have seen plane wavefront, and when we have seen plane wavefront, that time I told you that plane wavefront is observed at infinite distance. When we are getting light from sun, we are getting that light in the form of plane wavefront. That light is white light. We know that it is polychromatic light. But if I want to produce plane wavefront in lab for monochromatic light, can I produce it? Yes, I can produce it. Plane wavefront we can produce in lab by using again convex lens. But here you have to keep in mind that your source of light should be at the focus of the convex lens. When it is placed at the focus of the convex lens, at that time, since this is a source, so its nearby wavefront is spherical wavefront. And when it passes through a convex lens, then after that we can say that this spherical wavefront is converted into plane wavefront, because we know that when object is placed at the focus of the convex lens, image is formed at infinite distance. As image is formed at infinite distance means these rays are said to be parallel, or wave normals are parallel. Meaning is that the wavefront which is observed, that wavefront is plane wavefront. So in this way, we can produce even converging wavefronts as well as plane wavefront in lab for experimental purposes. Few descriptive type of questions are given here on today's topic for practice. Thank you for watching. See you soon in next video.